Hello and welcome to TGF Studios. Well, today I show you how I made my entry for the Bengal Bowl 2014. Well, you see pictures of them over here. Well, in the first place, I didn't want to participate, but then I thought, well, okay, I might give it a try. As I don't have a wife over here, I had no idea how the insert, how big the insert should be. So I went to my friend's place, and his wife had been kind enough to get a couple of measurements for that. Okay, I show you how I built this now. And as the time-consuming part of this one is not the turning itself, but the preparing of the blank, most of the part of the following video is also dedicated to the making of the blank. Well, actually, it took about half the time to make the blank. From the rest of it, it took about a quarter of the total time to actually turn this piece, and the other quarter had been finishing. Well, finishing is not that nice to see. Okay, for the Bengal Bowl 2014, refer over to the Wood Whisperers site. I'll leave a link down in the comments. And when it comes to voting, I would like to encourage you to vote for my entry, as I think this is, well, I don't want to win anything on this. Well, it's just for the fun, participating in a competition like this. But nevertheless, it would be nice if it wouldn't be if I wouldn't end up on one of the last places. Okay, so with that said, I encourage you to go down there and just follow me along when I show you how I made this bangle here from a wood. I don't know what it is. If somebody's got a clue. Well, when you turn this, or even if you sand this, it feels like already finished. It's that oily that it seems to be waxed, although you didn't do anything to it. Well, I would like to have a comment on that one as well. If somebody knows and somebody had this wood over here, and up to then, I'll leave you with the video here. And with greetings from good old Germany, it's your Peter Freitag. Thank God it's Friday. To start with, I cut this piece of wood square. With this piece of wood clamped to one side, I go ahead and cut this diagonal. For the back side, as you can't clamp this here, I used double stick tape. So now that I've got a diagonal cut, I go ahead and over at the planer and plane down these two surfaces for glue surface. A couple of light passes helped me to remove the saw marks. And now I can go ahead and glue the plywood to the inside here. Now as it comes to the glue up, I go ahead and, as you can't glue these pieces together like so, because because when you apply pressure to the outside it starts slipping, especially when there is glue in between. So I go ahead and, well, put this in between here and actually go ahead and put two pieces of oak to the right and the left side, and I just apply a little pressure now in order to keep the outside pieces from moving. So I can go ahead and take this out of here without any problems. Now I can start applying the glue and then applying the pressure from the top and the bottom without the pieces moving. I think you might call this as well preparation for Christmas baking, as you, well, apply some sugar to the things you just baked. Nice idea. Okay, and as always I used way too much glue, but I hope this will be, yeah. Okay, so I'll let this sit for a while and wait for the glue to dry now. Okay, with the glue dry, it's time to find center on this, and I just go ahead and take from corner to corner, mark the center line here to find the center, and then I go ahead and mark the maximum diameter for this piece. Well, this looks great, and that's where this is the rough maximum outer shape to be used on the lathe. Okay, to get the inside out here, we head over to the drill press, and I'll show you how I make this. Okay, this is what you end up with. You start well, cutting this circle. Now just turn it around and do the same on the back side. That's it. And these are the funny things which are left over. So in a way, the inside just requires a little sanding, and that's it. And then the inside is called finished. But I go ahead and put this on the lathe, and, well, for putting it on the lathe, I go ahead and hog away most of the outer material at the bandsaw. Okay, over here at the bandsaw I go ahead and cut to the line I scribed. Well, you could call that finished. Well, this isn't for me, so in a way you could call this finished now. This is a bangle. But I go ahead and turn this and get this into a nicer shape, and we'll see what this looks like. Okay, I made this jam check here, and this sits perfect on here, on the jam check. And I start using my spindle gouge to shape to get this first of all into round and start shaping on it. Well, let's see what I get, what is coming out of it. The second coat of sanding sealer dry on this side, it's time to flip it around, and I hope it will stay as good as it stays on here like now. Yep, it stays the way I want it to. Now it's time to shape the other side the same as I did on here. Seems to be not that tight. Okay, I just add a couple of drops here in order to, not too fancy, because well, it stays in a way, but the vibration gets it loose, and I try to overcome this by using a couple of drops hot melt glue. So I'll let this sit and it will hopefully stay where it is. Okay, so I go ahead and after the glue here is cured, I go ahead and shape this. Getting closer. So this side is ready for sanding as well. Now I go ahead and try to, well, I don't know, actually know what I'm doing with this one here. I might dish it in and I'll just give it a try now. I'll leave it that way. Just round over this one here and start scraping away the glue here to actually start sanding. I'll leave it that way, just in case. This feels and looks pretty nice. Now, just an hour of sanding, I think, and you'll be back when I put on the finish. Well, buffing out the last coat of wax. It's time. That's nice. Well, after I buffed out the last coat of wax here, it's time to head over to my studio in order to get the pictures done for this as the entry for the Bengal Bowl 2014. So I hope you'll all vote for my piece over at the Whisperers site, and I'll get a couple of pictures up in the end.